Talk about looking a gift horse in the mouth. Some Republican governors are saying thanks, but no thanks to billions of dollars in stimulus money already allotted to their states. Are they taking a stand on principle, or is there just old-fashioned behind-the-scenes politics at play? National political correspondent Jessica Yellen has our report on the governors who just might say no.
Louisiana's Bobby Jindal. Call him Governor No. He's got a $1 billion budget crunch and rising unemployment in a state already devastated by Hurricane Katrina. Now he says he'll take some of the stimulus money, but he's turning down $98 million worth, and he could reject more.
We'll have to review each program, each new dollar, to make sure that we understand what are the conditions.
He says the stimulus cash will eventually stop flowing from Washington, burdening his state with new long-term costs Louisiana just can't afford. Jindal's not alone. In South Carolina, Governor Mark Sanford is also playing Hamlet, unable to decide if he wants those stimulus funds. One of the most powerful lawmakers in South Carolina calls that a slap in the face to the African-American community, arguing the governor is only questioning funds that will go to black neighborhoods.
And now the governor says, I don't want to accept the money. That's why I call this an insult. That's why I said this is a slap in the face, because the majority of those counties are, in fact, inhabited by African Americans.
Governor Sanford's office quickly denied that charge, and he has said the federal money just comes with too many strings attached.
There are real strings attached that I think actually hamper your ability to implement the use of this money.
In all, 6 Republican governors are contemplating a no. The others are in Texas, Mississippi, Idaho, and Alaska. Yes, Governor Sarah Palin hasn't made up her mind. Are these governors standing on principle or playing politics? At least 3 of them are considered future Republican presidential contenders. And Louisiana's most famous mayor is accusing his governor of putting ambition first.
I think the governor of the state of Louisiana is a Republican. I think he's been tapped as the up-and-coming Republican to potentially run for president the next time it goes around. So he has a certain vernacular and a certain way he needs to talk right now.
Jindal will get a high-profile platform to make his case when he delivers the Republican response to President Obama's big speech to Congress on Tuesday. Jessica Yellen, CNN, Washington.
It's worth noting that there's still a way for mayors to do an end-run around their governors. A provision in the stimulus bill allows state legislatures to vote to take the cash even if their governors have turned it down. We want to bring in right now one of the nation's most outspoken governors, Brian Schweitzer of Montana, a Democrat. He's joining us live from Washington, where the nation's governors are meeting tomorrow. Welcome to you, Governor. Good to see you.
Great to be with you.
So what do you think of these governors who might turn down the stimulus money? A good call?
Well, you know, they're taking federal dollars right now. This is actually only increasing about 20% over the dollars that they're getting. That's like somebody going out to eat and saying, well, I'll have the salad, I'll eat the steak, I'll have the potatoes, all the vegetables, but you know what? I won't have the last bite of cake. They're already taking billions of dollars, and this is just politics, because if they really don't want federal dollars and they really don't want the strings that are attached, why didn't they turn the rest of the dollars away? This is really only increasing by about 25% of the dollars they're already getting.
Your state, just as an example, is actually running a surplus right now. So why, I mean, some people are going to ask, why should you, for example, be getting extra money from Washington? I mean, did you ever consider turning it down for that reason?
No, because these dollars are going to go right into the same pipelines that the dollars that are already coming from Washington, D.C. About 1/3 of the dollars that we will get in Montana will go directly into highways and bridges, and that's actually just going to accelerate the rate at which we were going to fix those roads and build those bridges. It's going to be used to green the schools that we have, the federal and state buildings, and that will make a permanent annuity for the state of Montana, for this entire country. We will make this country more efficient. We will create millions of jobs for people who have been thrown out of jobs that were building houses. Now those same carpenters, electricians, and plumbers will be working in schools and federal buildings to make them more efficient. Decrease our energy consumption by 20% every year for the next 30 years. It's a great investment for America.
Let me ask you, though, you're a Democratic governor of a Republican state. Do you think your constituents are in sync with Washington and the $1 trillion+ that they're throwing at this problem?
Well, most people recognize that this will create jobs. Most people recognize that it'll make their roads safer. It'll make their schools and federal buildings more efficient. So people are supporting this because, frankly, these are dollars that were coming to the states anyway. We've just accelerated by a little bit, maybe a year, the dollars that would have come next year and the year after.
Let me just finally ask you once again about the surplus in your state, because it is pretty amazing considering that most states are really in crisis right now. What advice can you share?
Well, I guess I can just say as governor, when the times were good, I said no to some additional spending. Now, not all states are run the same way, but in Montana, we didn't spend every nickel we had. My grandpa told me a long time ago, he said, you know, there's 3 bad years for every good year, so if you've got some good years, put some money aside. That's what we did in Montana.
All right, good advice. Governor Schweitzer, good to see you. Thanks for coming on. And we want to know what you all are thinking at home. What do you want to hear from President Obama about the economy? Tell us your story. Upload your video iReports to CNN.com/Campbell. In just a moment, Erica Hill's going to